Greetings everyone. The purpose of this video is really threefold. First of all, this is my opportunity to visit with you briefly about this last week's assignment on understanding statistics. Secondly, I'd like to talk with you a little bit about our present small group assignment that we're in the process of completing on your evaluations of meta-analyses. And then third, to talk briefly with you about our class schedule and encourage you to continue thinking about the mock research project. First of all, though, let's get back to this last week's assignment on understanding statistics. Wow, it's over. Hopefully, no one has been injured either physically or psychologically at this point in time, and I think everyone's made it through in pretty good shape. I've read all of your reports and many of your replies at this point in time, and I was really pleased that many of you contacted me this last week to ask me to clarify further just a little bit of the information that was in this last week's video, and I could really see the fruits of those contacts. Your reports were really pretty much right on target. There's a few little things that I think that we can clean up in the reports on understanding statistics, but I'd encourage you to really take a look at my feedback on this last week's assignment that I posted in Module 4, as well as any comments in the Grade Center. My best hope is that this information will help to clarify things for you even further about this assignment. This particular assignment anyway. As always, let me know if you have questions. Again, the purpose of this class is not to make you proficient in any statistical techniques. The goal has really been to provide you with an overview of some kind of important statistical concepts and to get you thinking about the differences between the kinds of statistics that are used typically in studies, the idea of using descriptive statistics and how those may be similar and also differ at the same time from inferential statistical techniques. So I think we've accomplished that pretty well. Enough said about this assignment. Again, it's over. Maybe that's the best news for everyone at this point in time, but we're now moving on. The second thing I wanted to comment on is just our week, our work this next week on the evaluations of your meta-analyses. I have left the group assignments the same for this particular activity, as I've told you before. That was really done because we're trying to make sure we're still on the same wavelength with Google Docs and a few other things. Please remember that those reports are due in about another week on Monday, March 28th, so you've got a little time to work on that. Again, it's interesting. Our spring UNK break is this next week, but many of you have spring breaks at other times, and it's really tough to coordinate all of our work. I know some of you have been out of town the last week, some of you are going to be gone the next week, etc. So I've tried to give you a couple weeks to kind of think through your group meta-analysis evaluations. I've been monitoring the work that's been going on in those assignments, and I think for the most part just about every group is really well on task on that particular assignment, so I compliment you on your work. Let me give you just a couple of hints as you think about this assignment. First of all, make sure that you find a meta-analysis. I put this information in the instructions, but make sure that you pay particular attention to this. Again, remember that a meta-analysis is a specific kind of literature synthesis that subjects the results of prior experimental research studies that have used a quantitative data methodology to some statistical techniques. You can refer back to my general feedback comments on topic 5 when we talked about literature analyses to help clarify that for you. But make sure you find a meta-analysis. If you have questions about whether or not your study really is a meta-analysis, let me know. Second thing I would like to encourage you to think about, or hint anyway for this assignment, is make sure that you use Google Docs. Just about everybody did this last time through. The rationale for using Google Docs is it provides us with some things that Blackboard does not. I really encourage you to use the collaborative features within Google Docs to write your report. You have the ability to write a single report. Everyone has the ability to go in and edit together what's written in the Google Doc. Again, as with the past assignment, make sure that you designate someone in your group then to post your final Google Doc report on the class discussion board. Also, make sure you take a look again at the rubric in Module 4 that outlines expectations for this assignment. Okay, enough said about this next week or so of work. Now, third thing I wanted to talk about is just schedule again. Believe it or not, the semester is moving forward very rapidly. Maybe not rapidly enough for you, but things are really moving ahead quickly. After we complete our small group project this next week or so on meta-analysis, we're going to start to focus on research studies that utilize qualitative data methodology and do a little bit more on evaluation of studies, and before long the semester will be over. This is almost and will be when everyone gets back to the university, will be just about the last week in March, and that leaves about April, and we've really got a lot to work to do to complete this course. Thus, I encourage you to take this time to continue thinking about and working on your mock research project ideas. Things, as typically happens, things will get magnified towards the end of the semester in terms of work content, not just with this class, but any other classes you may be taking, plus your own workload in schools. In the spring, things do tend to get pretty heavy. So I'd encourage you to kind of think ahead and continue thinking about that mock research project. I kind of like to use the analogy, and I've used this a lot when I was a superintendent, is that we're kind of at the time in the semester, and will be very quickly, where the roller coaster is on its way down the hill, and we're picking up speed, and things get kind of harried. So again, plan ahead. So enough said for right now. Have a great week, everyone, and as always, let me know if you have questions or comments about anything related to this class. Take care.